Hey there, ladies and gentlemen. This is Andrew Snorton with Creative Community Solutions. And as you know, in the press and media end, we're always excited to do some great coverage of people, events, businesses, and what have you. They're doing work across arts and entertainment, sports, government, and politics, and more. And our chat today is going to tie in with, again, some of the great stories and great narratives that are out there. To make sure to read the article, make sure to visit our business website of asnortonccs.com/blog, or if you just type asnortonccs.com, click on the menu for articles and coverage, and it'll be one of the very first articles that you'll see. Make sure to add us on Creative Community Solutions, LLC, on Facebook and YouTube, and especially YouTube to catch this entire conversation. And make sure to add us on asnortonccs at Instagram and Twitter, so that way you can read, watch, share, and what have you. So it's always great as a member of a Greek letter organization, one of our predominantly Black Greek letter organizations. It's always good to chop it up, talk it up with a noble Greek fellow frater. So I'm going to have him introduce himself.
Good evening, good day, good day. This is Antoine Duane Jones. I am a photographer based in Atlanta, Georgia, and through that that process of just being a member of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated for years and years, Spring '99 Pi chapter, which where I was made. Once I got to Atlanta, I found out that the Greek life here was so abundant that it called for a platform to kind of support Greeks. So I created Majority Greek magazine, which is basically like an Essence style magazine that highlights specifically members of the Divine Nine, Black Greek letter organizations. And with that being said, we decided to pilot an award show. So think of like the Stellar Awards or the Grammy Awards that will highlight specifically these members that are doing great things, not only in their fraternity and sorority life, but also in their personal and business life.
Wow, you just knocked that out the park. So before we get to talking about this great event coming up December 10th, I want to just run it back for a little bit. And I think what's helpful is walk through a little bit of your fraternity journey and then walk through how Majority Greek Magazine came into being.
Okay, so Spring '99, I went to Fayetteville State University. So that is an HBCU located in Fayetteville, Fort Bragg, North Carolina. So I'm HBCU all day. I love it. And then that just stirred up the whole fraternity life. So I pledged Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, Spring '99. I was a tail, number 10. And that was just like, wow, you want to give to the community, you want to do things in an organized fashion and also still have that cultural background. I felt Sigma was the organization for me. I jumped in, and then we fast forward now 23 years, and I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm doing my photography thing, so I'm intermingling with celebrities. I'm meeting all types of other individuals, and it's 200 plus chapters in Atlanta metro area, so it's just Greeks everywhere. It's just Sigma, the Zetas, the Kappas, the Qs, Alphas. They're doing great things, like, for example, the Alpha Derby, things of that nature. So I've met so many people through my photography journey that it only makes sense to create a platform that will highlight these individuals in a more centralized manner. Because what I found is that, these members are just integral part of the Black community, minority community. They're the judges, your favorite doctor, your favorite lawyer. Just come to find out that the majority of those people that are in those positions happen to be members of these organizations, but they're not, once you get 3 years past, I'm not gonna have a Sigma shirt on every day and a Sigma hat and this keychain and all that. So you're just going to work and doing your thing, but you're also doing your community service. You're doing all that stuff that's within your chapter or your national organization, and there's not much fanfare. So I decided to create a platform that would bring the fanfare, because there would be so many different ways that is helpful. It would be a passive recruitment tool for these organizations, but it will also show members that maybe aren't active anymore, hey man, this is what we're doing. Or it's going to show people that are in the organization, hey man, I could do a little bit more because Andrew's doing it. Or it's just so many people that are doing some amazing things and aren't really being talked about, that we found a platform that's in the middle of some of the heavier stuff, because all of our organizations have this heavy periodical brother such and such did such and such, and brother such and such, sister soror did such and such. It's like, okay, that's cool, but there's no personal part to it. It's just whatever they did in the fraternity sorority. That's what that article is in our periodicals. And then we have the websites, that are on social media that seems to only talk about the partying and the kicking in and all that good stuff. So we're right in the middle. We have the social aspect, but it's more of a grown and sexy feel to it. It's talking about your personal life and your kids and what you're doing as well. And it's not so heavy, but it's not party, party, party. We don't hit each other and beat each other and party, and that's all we do. And we're not robotic either. But so we're right in the middle, majority group. We're like, okay, this is what a normal member would do. So we're right in the middle of that sweet spot of journalistic representation for our organizations.
And I tell you what, the operative word I hear is narrative. And it's not only doing a better job of basically sharing these stories, because like you said, all of our Divine Nine, and we'd be remiss if we didn't mention tonight, November 17th, happy Founders Day to the members of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated.
Right, absolutely.
Thank you. But it's like you're doing a job of showcasing not only the fun, but the serious, the sincere, and it's almost like what drives somebody to do what they're doing professionally? What drives somebody to do what they're doing community-wise? What does it look like within, our respective organizations? But I think, like you said before, just trying to capture a more complete narrative of what each of our organizations, are all about, the impact that's done, and the fact that we might be doing different pathways, but we're trying to get to the same destination.
Same destination, absolutely. And it's just imperative that we just start really, really focus on it, because I mean, just again, the narrative is what it is. So if we want to write our own narrative, then we have a platform to do so.
And I tell you what, speaking of narrative, on top of what you're doing through the lens of photography, what you're doing professionally, what you're doing community-wise, and what you're doing through the lens of journalism and media, December 10th, I tell you what, it's something that is definitely a date that needs to be circled on the calendar, and people professionally, of course, or to use your words, in the grown and sexy manner, show up and show out. So walk through with us December 10th. What is going on that is kind of almost like a centerpiece event for Majority Greek Magazine?
Right. So we came up with this brainchild called the Pearly Awards, and pearls, was a wonderful thing because the majority of our organizations have pearls in that symbolism somewhere. So a good majority of us have them, and then we played on Majority Greek as a whole because Majority Greek, the motto is minority members, majority impact. So our members may not be the largest as far as number, but the impact that, again, I think things changed when President Biden came in, because his vice president, Kamala Harris, is an AKA. So now, okay, whoa, wait, she's a member of the Divine Nine. What does that look like? And that has shined a whole light into your sorority sisters, because it was like, wow, that's a major person, the second person in charge of the United States of America. Like, wow, she's a member of one of these organizations. What's that about? So that brought on some intrigue to all of the members of the Divine Nine, and we're highlighting that, but they don't know that. I mean, again, most of the people that are in the Senate or the House of Representatives that are African American, our example here, Raphael Warnock, is one of your frat brothers. Am I correct? Right. So again, we're seeing that these members are just doing what they're doing, but now it's like, okay, let's find a method to highlight them, to show the world what the Divine Nine is doing in a star-studded, formal, really, really smooth way. So we brought the award. So we had 9 nominated categories. So Sigma of the Year, Alpha of the Year, so forth. Those 9. Then we brought Lifetime Achievement Award. So we had 3 recipients of that. So Dr. Jamal Bryant, Kappa Alpha Psi, Selena Johnson, Zeta Phi Beta, and Rashawn Ali, Alpha Kappa Alpha, that accepted the award for what we call Pearl Awards, which is a lifetime achievement award, 20 plus years uh, in your sorority and impact in your personal or business lives. So Dr. Jamal Brown is in religious leadership, Rashawn Ali is in media, Selena Johnson is in music. So they've impacted the world um, through their works in their fraternity sorority and their works in doing what they do. And then we have 5 what we would call blazing pearls, which would be up and coming. You know, like these are people that are hot on fire for what they're doing in their community and what they're doing in their organizations, such as yourself, Jaleesa Raquel, DeBlair Tate. So we have about 5 of those as well. So overall, we have about 20 awards that we're going to give out on December 10th, Beaufort, Georgia, at the Gwinnett Environmental and Heritage Center, which is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful venue up in Gwinnett. You'll enjoy it. Coco Brown is going to be our celebrity host or comedian, actress. You've seen her on 911, which is one of my favorite shows. She's going to be our host. So we really, really wanted to pilot this show here in Atlanta with it being so many Greeks and so many people that aspire to be a member, and then take that to the world. So we will have, Pearly Awards in Houston and Chicago and DC and so forth. But that's the ultimate end goal, is to really, really just highlight these people in the grown and sexy. Everything doesn't have to be a party. Let's do some stuff where we can put some suits and ties on, the dresses, long dresses, we can photo ops and a red carpet. Like, I really want to do that type of thing that we're doing for all the other people in Atlanta and everywhere else. Let's do that for the D9.
Wow. So here are the takeaways I have. Great venue, nice sophisticated attire, a great way for people, not only within their respective organizations, but across organizations, to meet, greet, network, and connect. For the general public, it's an opportunity to get a better sense of the moving parts that some of these folks have and the impact that they're trying to make. It just seems like a nice, classy night out. It's still going to be fun, but it's going to be balanced, and it's just great right in the heart of the winter holidays. So let me ask you this question: for the general public or members of Greek letter organizations, how can they support by either getting a ticket or making a donation or just hitting click and share? Like, what are the ways for people to engage and lend support?
So the easiest way, obviously, we have social media, but the best way is the website, majoritygreek.com. You can click on the Pearly Awards tabs. The general admission tickets are $50, and then we'll have a virtual playback for $12.99. Because again, the ultimate goal down the road is to have this wonderful ceremony, give away some amazing awards and give some attaboys and all that. But we want to generate some money so that we can do what we always do, and that's still give back. So my goal, what I want to do as we grow this thing, is to at least bring in some current seniors in high school, and then some rising seniors in college, and offer that type of, like, whether it be $1,000 scholarship or something like that. We could say, hey, man, if you're not a member, but you're going to a school like this, maybe you want to take a look into us. And then me from an entrepreneur standpoint is like, I always want to see what we can do for somebody else, especially in the entrepreneur realm. That really gives them, like, oh man, this is what they really do. I went to the event, I seen what they were doing. I didn't know that this person who was a media legend was that guy that I saw all the time working and doing the journalism. I didn't know he was a member. That kind of piques some interest for those kids, and we also be able to help them along their educational journey as well. So majoritygreek.com, go to the website, Majority Greek on Instagram, Majority Greek Magazine on Facebook. You can find us there. You can also click through that just to see what we're doing.
So it sounds like, again, not only the nice night out, sharing the narrative of what people do within their organizations, as well as through the lens of what they do professionally, community-wise. Again, a nice balanced night out at a great venue during the holidays, but it is seed planting for community reinvestment in the lives of young people, or as we like to say, the younger versions of us. Let
Right.
me ask you another question, because you shared before you're looking at red carpet. Are you open to different media outlets coming out on site to covering the event, so that way it's not just majority Greek amplifying it, but there are other outlets able to amplify what really should be a groundbreaking event, a groundbreaking experience, and really leaving a positive footprint in our communities?
Absolutely. So the press, the reintroduction of the press kit is going back out. So people, media, you'll have a method to contact that. So again, go to the website, go to the social media. We'll have all that posted. So if you're a member of the media, that'll be an opportunity to do a write up or to come in, do some media coverage and what have you. One of our recipients for the Blazing Pearl Award is actually recording a TV show. So his camera crew will be there, kind of recording, that process as well. So it's really something that, again, like you said, I know that what it's meant to be down the line, we're talking about, okay, we're going to be scholarships, but now let's add on, okay, this is a weekend, so let's add on, a career fair that is hosted by members of the Divine Nine, whether that be a principal that's looking for teachers, whether that be entrepreneurs that are looking to hire within those ranks. Again, there's 200 plus chapters, and we have chapters with 600 and 800 members in them just locally. We have tons of resources that I think that we can use and put together, pull together, and to have even greater impact.
Wow. So again, the words I keep coming in my head are narrative, leaving a positive footprint, and to varying degrees, it's legacy building for not only what you're doing through the lens of the magazine, but for all of our Divine Nine organizations to go ahead and continue to build on the legacies and footprints that have been taking place for almost all of our organizations for 100 years. So
100 years.
with we got one coming up. So out of Phi Theta, you got a few more years, but
Right.
you're gonna get
Still, man.
they're
And
gonna
even on that, I was even on a call as well. It was like, wow, we think about, you guys are, 1906 and we were 1914. Our founders are gone. But wouldn't it be awesome to be able to sit down and actually talk to the founders, and it's really this, and they still have the opportunity to do that. That's still amazing within itself, man. That's amazing.
it is, and we're our underlying talk is this: shouts to all of our Divine Nine organizations. Only thing I'll say is pause for a moment and then keep going forward. So as we get ready to wind this down, remind us of the date, the time, the location, how people can get tickets. So go, and as well as the website and social media.
Okay, so the Pearly Awards first annual is going to be Saturday, December 10th. Red carpet is going to start at 6 o'clock. It's at the Gwinnett Environmental and Heritage Center, which is in Beaufort. Beautiful venue. The event's going to start sharply at 7 p.m. It won't be too long. It may hour 20 at the most, because again, I don't want to labor. I want to have a nice formal event where we just do what we need to do. And then people can decide if they're going to do anything afterwards, because they're all going to be all dressed up and all ready to go. There will be some hors d'oeuvres there. We have a great chef that's doing her thing. Again, we have a celebrity hosting, Coco Brown, so check her out on 911. And then just the people that are receiving awards are just some outstanding folks, from the people that are nominated all the way down to the people that were selected as recipients for either the Blazing Pearl, which is the rising superstars, such as yourself, and then also, those Lifetime Achievement Awards. People that have really been doing this thing for 25, 20 plus years, at a high level. I've been in an organization for 23 years, but at a high level, I don't know. I am currently the international chairman for Sigma Father. So over the next year and a half, I'm still in that position to make sure that I provide resources and build a program that specifically focuses on the fathers of the fraternity, which is something that we need to be doing with especially our minority men, having resources and avenues that they can plug in, whether it be to help their families or to cope with stress and depression and all that good stuff. So that's my job from the fraternity aspect. But again, we want to highlight what people are really, really doing. So December 10th, go to majoritygreek.com, click on Pearly Awards tab. And even if you can't be there, if you want to help some way, like I said, we have a virtual playback. So once the event is over, we get it all tied up and all edited down nice and neat. You'll get a link that'll be open for 60 days where you can watch the show from the comfort of your own home. That's only going to be like $12. So it's just something that everybody can contribute in some way, shape, or form, whether it be here or there, or if they're in another city and state and like, man, that sounds like a good idea. Maybe we should bring that here. Then you can go to the virtual playback and see that how it's going to flow and see if that's something that you want to bring to your area.
Well, again, it sounds like great work, groundbreaking work, leaving positive footprints throughout. So before we close, if people don't remember anything about the event or about our organizations, what's one thing you'd like to leave with our readers and viewers?
Again, what I would say is the whole overall purpose of Majority Greek, the Pearly Awards in itself, is that some of your favorite people that are really busting their butt in the communities every day are members of these organizations. So when we put the motto in minority members, majority impact, we want you to know that, we love these people and we want to create and maintain a platform to share their experiences. And if you are, like I feel like a preacher right now, it's like if you are interested, this is like last call, like even the benediction is like, yo, we would love for you to really consider us, as organizations that if you want to contribute to the community in a positive way, these organizations are some of the finest on earth. And I would love for you to take a look at us and get a positive light, an adult feel for what we do.
Well, on that note, we thank you so much for sharing your story, sharing your work. And again, ladies and gentlemen, this is taking place December 10th. If this is the first time that you've connected with our guest, please don't let it be your last. And as a reminder, the article with the embedded video will be available on acenortonccs.com/blog, or if you just type in acenortonccs.com, click on articles and coverage, and you'll see that. Creative Community Solutions LLC on Facebook and YouTube, and then Ace Norton CCS on Twitter and Instagram. So again, we thank you guys for watching, for reading, for sharing, and lending support. So until next time, all of you take very good care. Look forward to seeing you real soon.